Carly, and I'm here to teach you how to make a carnation out of cupcake liners. Okay, so if you look in your bag, you should have 6 cupcake liners and a green straw. The green straw is going to be the stem, and the cupcake liners are going to become our petals. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a small hole through each of our cupcake liners, right in the middle. Okay, so let's separate these out, and you might want to get a pencil to poke a small hole through it. Just be careful if you use something sharp not to get your fingers. Alright, so one hole to the center of each one. And the reason I chose carnations is because it's January, and carnations are the birth flower for people in January. Alright, so now we have a small hole through each one. Now we're going to take our first one, and we are going to slide our straw through the hole we just made. And first we're going to slide it a little lower than we need it eventually. The reason we're going to do that is so that we could put glue around the top of your straw. And glue is, it's sometimes hard to glue the plastic of a straw. So when I made my example here, I had to apply glue several times until it finally was able to dry and stick. So just apply glue around the center, and then going to slide this back up and kind of fold the paper flower around the glue like that. And so we are going to hold this a little bit so it at least dries a little bit. Like I said, you might have to apply glue several times just because it's hard for things to stick on plastic. So while we're holding this down, let me explain a little bit about carnations. So carnations are really interesting because they represent love and deep emotions. Alright, so next thing you're going to do when it's mostly glued on is we are going to twist this carnation tightly so that the bottom is completely twisted and it's mostly twisted near the top, so it's nice and tight like this. So basically we just made the center of our carnation. So to make the outside of our carnation, we are going to basically repeat these steps, but with each cupcake liner we're going to twist it less tight and looser. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, so this one's pretty good. So next we're going to take another cupcake liner. We're going to slide it through the bottom. Alright, and then you're probably going to want to stop about here. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do something similar to our first step. We're going to apply glue, but we're going to apply it to our cupcake liner because it's much easier for the cupcake liners to stick to the paper cupcake liner than it is for it to stick to the plastic straw. So let's take our glue again and let's do the same thing. Glue around our paper flower. And then same thing, we're going to slide it back up, and then going to fold it and stick our paper to our first paper liner. I'm going to hold it down until it dries for a little bit. So the interesting thing about carnations is not only do they represent love and deep emotions, but each color actually represents a different thing. So the most common carnations we probably see are red carnations, and those represent love and admiration. Okay, so next, like I said before, we're going to twist again, but we're going to twist it not as tight as we did our first one. So twist it still rather tight, but not as tight as the first one. Okay, so it's going to look like this. All right, and then we're going to just continue doing these steps. And again, with each carnation being a little looser than the one before. Okay, so let's apply glue again on the bottom here. So, red represents love and admiration. Pink represents affection, gratitude, and a mother's love. So you might notice that carnations are given out to mothers a lot on Mother's Day. That's because pink carnations represent a mother's love. So if you're looking for a gift to give your mother this coming Mother's Day, a pink carnation is perfect. Okay, so now again, twist a little looser than the one before. And if you have to reapply glue at all, no problem. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna take a while for it all to stick. Okay, so white carnations, they represent innocence and luck. Purple carnations represent unpredictability and impulsiveness. Orange carnations represent fascination, enthusiasm, and want. Blue carnations represent mystery. And then yellow, like the one I'm making here, yellow represents disappointment and rejection, which is a little unfortunate because yellow is my favorite color. So, no disappointment when I get a yellow flower. Alright, so twist a little looser. You can see it's starting to really fill up. Nice full flower. Okay, so carnations come from the Mediterranean region, so that's in Europe. So like Italy, Greece, that area. And so they were used by the ancient Greeks and Romans for ceremonies and perfumes. So if you ever get a carnation, you'll notice that they have a very strong scent. So that's what they're famous for. And so they actually, because they have a strong scent and they're also edible, they're used a lot in teas and desserts. They tend to have like a sweet and spicy flavor. Yeah, alright, so one more petal. This one's going to be the loosest twisting so far. Okay, so one more, and we're done. So last fact about carnations is back in the day, in Europe, carnations were used for medicine, and they were used to treat fevers. So if someone had a fever, they would brew like a tea with carnations, and that was supposed to help with the fever. Okay, so this one is so loosely twisted that we're barely even gonna touch this one. We're just kind of gonna push it in so it doesn't flare out like and look like a cupcake liner. All right, so once this all finishes gluing, then it's a perfect carnation that you can enjoy all year round. And there we go, just like that. So once you're done with this, I would set it aside for a little bit so that the glue can finish drying and it will become more stable. All right, so we're all set. Now you have a beautiful carnation to enjoy all year round. And everyone's gonna get a different color, but you're gonna know what the color means now. So thank you guys for joining me and for learning how to make a carnation out of cupcake liners, and I hope you enjoy them, and I hope you have a great day.